Good morning friends, I Purushottam Kumar Pathak welcome you to my YouTube channel Suryansh School of Economics. Today I am going to discuss such very important law microeconomics which is the basis of various microeconomic theories such as theory of demand, theory of consumer equilibrium, theory of consumer surplus. Yes, you got it right. I am going to discuss today law of diminishing marginal utility. So let us enjoy the discussion. In this video, you will learn the statement of law of diminishing marginal utility, reasons of the law, assumptions of the law, and explanation with utility schedule and graph. It means after watching this video, you will be able to state the law of diminishing marginal utility. You will be able to explain why this law operates and what are the different assumptions of this law, and you can explain this law with utility schedule and graph. The law of diminishing marginal utility was first formulated by Hermann Henrich, a German economist, in 1854 AD. However, the name was given by Alfred Marshall in 1890 AD. Jevons called this law as Gaussian's first law. This law states that when a consumer increases his consumptions of goods, the utility derived from each individual units of that goods diminishes. In other words, the total utility increases at a decreasing rate with increase in the consumption of the goods. Suppose you are going to consume 4 banana, then first banana will provide you more satisfaction than second, third and fourth banana. That is, fourth banana will provide you less satisfaction. According to Gaussian, the magnitude of one and the same satisfaction when we continue to enjoy it without interruption continually decreases until satisfaction is reached. Now Marshall states that the additional benefit which a person derives from a given increase of his stock of a thing diminishes with every increase in the stock that he already has. According to Marshall, suppose you have a stock of a goods. Suppose you have 5 bananas already. Now you are going to increase your stock, that is, now you are going to increase your number of bananas, suppose 6 bananas, then the additional benefit derives from your 6th banana, this is the marginal utility of 6th banana, will diminishes. Now let us discuss the assumptions of the law of diminishing marginal utility. Utility can be measured in cardinal number, that is, the utility received from the consumption of goods can be expressed in number such as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. Marginal utility of money remains constant. It is because money is used as the measuring rod, so it measures the utility. If its marginal utility changes, it can't measure utility accurately. Second, consumption process should be continued. That means the process of consumption should be non-stop. Now recall your previous example. You are drinking glasses of water to quench your thirst. Now consider the situation. What would happen if you drank another glass of water after 2 hours? Of course, the second glass of water gives you more satisfaction because the intensity of your thirst would have increased again, and so the drinking water, the process of drinking water should be continued till your thirst is quenched. The next assumption is units of goods must be standard and homogeneous. Again, recall the example. Think a situation when you are given a spoonful water instead of a glass of water. What would happen? Yes, you would have received more satisfaction with second spoon of water. So, a spoonful water can't be a standard unit. Again, suppose you are given one glass of plain water and the other glass of lemonade. What would happen? Obviously, you would have received more satisfaction with the second glass of water, which is lemonade, because the both glass of water, one glass of water is a plain and another glass of water is a lemonade. Both are not homogeneous, quality get changed. So when we talk about the homogeneous goods, homogeneous units of goods, it means the quality quantity of all the units of goods should remain same. The second assumption is mental condition of consumer must be normal. That means there is no change in the mental condition of the consumer. Now let us try to explain the law of diminishing marginal utility with the help of a table, which is utility table. Utility table shows the utility received from the units of goods that will be consumed. So here a consumer is trying to consume bananas. So in the first column the unit of bananas is measured. In second column total utility is depicted, and in the third column marginal utility is depicted. Now it is clear from the table, as the unit of banana increases, that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So unit of banana increases, that is the consumer increases the consumption of banana from 1 unit to 7 unit. And due to this the marginal utility decreases. 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 0 and minus 2. That is the marginal utility decreases from 10 to minus 2. The marginal utility of 6th banana is 0, and after that it becomes negative. That means the 7th unit of banana, 7th banana gives negative utility to the consumer, and negative utility means dissatisfaction, disutility. Now total utility increases up to 6th. At the 6th unit of banana total utility is maximum of 30, and after that total utility start falling. If a consumer consumes 6th banana, he will receive 30 utils of the utility, and if he consumes 7 bananas, he will receive 28 utils of total utility. It means after the 6th banana, after the consumption of 6th banana, the total utility starts falling. Now let us try to explain the law of diminishing marginal utility with the help of total utility curve. In this graph, Ox is x-axis and y is y-axis. That is, horizontal axis is called x-axis and vertical axis is called y-axis. Along the x-axis, quantity of goods x is measured, whereas along the y-axis, total utility is measured. TU is total utility curve. It is clear from the graph, when quantity of goods x is OQ, the total utility is maximum. Why? It is because at point A, the tangent to the graph is parallel to x-axis, and when tangent to a graph becomes the parallel of x-axis, it means its slope will be 0. The total utility increases with decreasing rate to the left of the points Q, and total utility falls to the right of the point Q. So at the point Q, the total utility is maximum. In this graph, the law of diminishing marginal utility is explained with the help of marginal utility curve. In this graph, along the x-axis, quantity of goods is measured, and along the y-axis, marginal utility is measured. Here mu is marginal utility curve which slopes downwards. It means as the quantity of goods increases, the marginal utility falls. At point Q, the marginal utility curve intersects x-axis. It means at Q, the marginal utility is 0, and to the left of the point Q, marginal utility is positive, and to the right of the point Q, marginal utility is negative. As the lower part, that is the part of marginal utility which is to the right of the point Q, lies beneath the x-axis, and negative utility is called disutility. If you faces any difficulties to understand the content, please leave the comment in comment box or write to me on my WhatsApp number. And if you have any suggestions for the betterment of the video, please leave the comment in comment box. Thank you for watching this video.